You son of a bitch. All right, so I'm live now. What a professional outfit we are, ladies and gentlemen, and folks in between. It doesn't matter. Right, let's carry on. This is Dungeons and Dreamers. We are professionals, obviously. I'm Gerundu. Let's go around. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's just explain quickly the premise of the show before we go and do introductions. Each week, we rotate between who is DMing, and they run an adventure as a dream of their character. So, my character was Pliskin, Yuanti Eldritch Knight, and we did mine first. We were followed by Tiana. Introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your character as well.
Sure. Hi, I'm Tiana, and I play Riri, who is an Aarakocra monk, and she was the most recent dream that we went through, where everyone got to fly for a while. It was fun.
Excellent. And next up, Dragonbait.
Oh, good. I am Dragonblade. I'm Dragonbait.
Dragonblade.
Dragonblade.
I am Dragonblade.
And I'm playing the elderly half-elf warlock, Grandma Mabel Jean.
And Sullivan.
I'm Sullivan Harris, and I am playing the 93-year-old jacked wizard fighter, Randy Pepper. And what you guys need to know about Randy Pepper this week, he has 2 tattoos, okay? One on each bicep. Left bicep is his own face, and that one is that helps with his intimidation. Right bicep, that would be Pliskin's face. He did not ask for permission to put Pliskin's face on his bicep. He just kind of did it one night, and that helps him with charming people.
Yeah, you're damn right it does. And finally, and our number one pick for the evening is Ernest.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ernest. I play Heatcaster Bellows, the Warforged Bard, and tonight this is his dream after catching the meat sleeps.
those damned invasive meat sleeps.
Terrible.
I'll take it away then.
All right. So the party finds themselves, you find yourselves in this void. You can feel your bodies and you can't quite see each other. You're near each other. Each of you is a hazy outline to each other. And your vision is starting to clear very gradually.
I can't see! I'm blind! Everyone, I'm blind!
Can we hear that?
Maybe just open your eyes.
You definitely hear that, and it's kind of like the sound turned on. You realize that you couldn't hear anything until Randy started just yelling, and then like the sound turned on for you. And you also hear this low droning in the background. It's just kind of in the background.
Would you mind if you didgeridoo?
After Mabel Jean says, open your eyes, Randy does open his eyes, and that just freaks him out more because he still can't see, and he just starts screaming wildly.
Yeah, the everything's kind of coming online for you. And
we're booting up!
As your vision starts to clear, you see this large expanse and the shape of an enormous, colossal, cyclopean even body in the expanse before you.
Ooh. Is it a humanoid body?
It is a humanoid body. As your vision finally becomes 100%, you can see that it does have a metallic sheen. It is broken in some places, as there are pieces of gold plating kind of floating in the void around you.
Randy Pepper rolls up his non-existent sleeves and turns to Pliskin and is like, I think it wants to fight me.
Would you ever
I'd rather hope it doesn't.
Look how big it is. It's begging to be fought by Randy Pepper.
Yeah, as Randy points out how big and enormous this body is, you look at it, it's Heatcaster's body, but it's lying limp in the void, just kind of coasting along with all these broken bits kind of floating in orbit around it. And that low droning is actually his bagpipes, just kind of stuck.
Okay.
Is he like floating like way above the ground, or is he just?
You don't see a ground. This is just a void. It's just an expanse, and you're not sure where you are, but it's you and this gigantic body, like so big you could probably climb inside, maybe.
If we wanted to.
I'm
you want to.
gonna start waddling over to the body because I'm an old woman. I'm gonna poke it with my cane.
Yeah, how far away is it? Like, how long would it take us to mosey on over?
It seems really far away, but then also very close. And when you think about wanting to get there, you are suddenly on the surface of the body. You are in a valley of clothing and rivets.
Valley of clothing and rivets. Guys, I'm kind of disappointed that we can't fly anymore, but teleportation's pretty cool, so I guess I'll settle for it.
Speaking of, though, I'm going to try to fly up a little ways and see if I can get a hold of one of the pieces that's floating around in the void.
Show off.
Sure, yeah. You jump up with expert skill, and you can certainly grab one of these large pieces, and you're kind of towing it in like you're bringing in the space dock, as everything here seems very weightless.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see if I can like look inside the body to see if things are missing.
You find a crack. You're walking around. You find where some of the clothing is torn. You also find a crack, and you do see a way in. There seems to be a lot of steam running around in there, just kind of venting, and you can hear skittering.
There's like skittering inside the body. We should probably go in there.
Skittering, you say?
Yeah. It's also real warm. There's a lot of steam happening.
Well, he is named Heatcaster.
I'm gonna just like slowly like try and like put my head inside to look down in.
Yeah, you look down in. You do see a mess of pipes and wood that make up corridors that you can kind of move through.
Hey, Pliskin.
Yes.
Okay, so since we were in the war with Heatcaster, maybe we could like put our heads together and try to remember something that would help us. Because I think I'm starting to think that we're entering each other's heads one by one. So maybe we could remember something that would help us out later. Can we like try to roll like history checks to see if we can like remember if Heatcaster ever told us anything important about his past?
Sure.
I'm actually rather good at history, you know.
Oh, Randy Pepper got a 7 + 6.
Yeah, that's only a 12
13.
for me total.
You remember you have a vague memory of Heatcaster telling you that he was brought online for the specific purpose of troop morale, but that didn't go very well because whatever personality that came out of the forge was obnoxious as hell.
His body is made of like hallways.
Those are called veins.
No, I know what veins are.
Well, okay. Everybody be on guard, because Heatcaster was built for war, which means there's probably not a lot calm inside of his head.
I'm gonna crawl into the body.
Certainly not like mine.
I'll follow Granny.
Sure. As you
Wait up, Granny.
As you follow Granny inside and you make your way in, and you find yourself on the floor of this hallway, you can hear skittering in two directions, up or down, and there is just there's steam kind of pooling at your feet and swirling, and that droning is a bit louder in here.
I'm gonna turn off my hearing aids and no, I'm kidding.
Magical hearing aids. I love it.
That's what my item should have been. Magical hearing aids, not a wand of fireballs.
So are we in like a hallway then?
Yeah, you are inside of Heatcaster's body in what seems to be a hallway.
Are there
Where approximately in his body are we?
Well, you found a crack near his chest where there was a rip in his shirt.
I was worried what you were going to say after you said crack, but
Well, I asked because I feel like we know that where the bagpipes are situated in his body, and I'm just wondering how much louder it's going to get.
Well, the closer you get to like the top of his chest, it probably will get pretty loud.
Okay. Sorry, DB, I cut you off there.
No, it's fine. Are there doors? Could I open some doors?
You haven't seen any doors yet in
Okay.
this particular hallway. You just hear the skittering, and there are also some lights, very dim, flashing lights between green and blue lights. So they ebb on and off.
Can we see the ends of the hallway?
It bends.
It bends. I want to go up to whichever bend is closest and take a peek around the corner.
Sure. You peek around the corner, and what you see are various skittering Heatcasters, actually, just kind of moving around, and all of them are kind of whispering to themselves, no, offline, everything's wrong. Oh, what's going on?
Wait, you say skittering, and that makes me imagine tiny Heatcasters. Are they tiny?
Yeah,
it's like this big.
Yeah, they're like itty bitty, and they skitter on all fours, like animals.
Ew.
They are as they're moving around, trying to figure out what's going on. As they are whispering to themselves. All of them are talking, but none of them are talking to each other. They're just one offline. Why? And then like one of them just kind of stops and collapses.
Hi guys, it's me, Randy Pepper.
Randy, hello. Oh, God, he's gonna tell us something. Oh, he's gonna do something weird. Hey, Randy, and then like
you want me to do something weird? I'll do something weird.
No,
and then I'm gonna use my wand
of
of
go, yeah, something weird, as one of them hugs your shin very lovingly.
I'm gonna use my wand of wonder or whatever the heck it's called. So
this is where we blow part of Heatcaster away because
wild magic.
yeah.
Let's see. So I roll a D100 and whatever I get gives me a result. So I got a 43, which means a cloud of 600 oversized butterflies fill a 30-foot radius centered on the target, which was the center of the hallway, or the center of the group of Heatcasters, I'm going to say, and the area becomes heavily obscured. The butterflies remain for 10 minutes.
Sure, yeah. So some of them start trying to catch the butterflies. Some of them are like shaking their heads. Some of their heads start spinning and fly off, and then they collapse on the ground.
Guys, come on, you gotta come see this. And he starts motioning for everyone to come.
As he's yelling, a tiny Heatcaster head rockets down the hallway and skitters to your feet.
What are you doing?
I was just playing with them. Is it?
You gave him butterflies.
Hey, little head, are you okay? And I pick it up.
Could be better.
I toss it behind my shoulder.
Catch it?
Yeah, just it stares at you with dead eyes.
I put it in my bag.
You saving that one for later, Granny?
Maybe.
You crazy old bat.
Rude. Would you like some whiskey?
Not right now, thank you, Granny.
Okay.
Are there any more of these little fellows left?
There are about a dozen as you walk around the bend, and you see them in various arrays of alive, dead, and panicking.
Hello, little chaps. What seems to be the problem here?
I motion to the butterflies.
Well,
Hey.
before
He
the
did it!
butterflies,
He did it!
Before the butterflies, there was a
don't
problem.
know what he did.
I made butterflies
Everything's wrong.
appear.
Everything's great. Everything's fine. We're just offline. No, it's not fine. No, how is it fine? You're fine. I'm fine. You're not fine. Two of them start,
I get it.
Bart Homer choking each other.
He says he's offline. That means we just gotta turn him back on. That'll wake him up, right? Sleep, wake up. I should have a PhD or something, I swear.
Well, aren't you a wizard? You're supposed to be quite a clever chap.
Yeah, but no one gave me a PhD yet.
Supposed to be. Let's just work with that.
I've seen him turn entire platoons inside out. You know, I've seen it.
That was an accident, though, and it was our platoon.
There were ours. Yes. Oh well, these things happen.
Classic, right? Classic.
It's like a war crime.
2 steps back from Randy, because that is not a thing I want to experience.
Oh, Granny, don't act like we haven't told you the story before.
I do not want to be reminded of it.
Hey, so little Heatcasters.
Some of them stand at attention and some of them scurry off. You have like 2 left. And the butterflies get sucked up by something, and the droning stops.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Can you make it?
The droning he was just hungry for butterflies.
I don't think that's what it was.
I don't
Randy.
think so either.
Okay. Little guy.
Butterflies
Little
go
guy.
into lungs or their equivalent thereof.
Hey,
Oh well, these ones did, but they shouldn't.
Little fella. I got a question. Okay,
What?
so
What? Huh?
if he's off, if he's powered down, how do we turn him back on?
We don't know. We've never been off. Oh no, are we forgetting? We're forgetting. Oh, it's time. We would only sleep if we were going to forget. Oh, we're going to have to degauss. Oh no.
I can like quicken this for you. Do you want me to give you a little punch?
Randy, no.
What?
Leave
What?
the
He
little
said
buggers alone.
they seem scared.
Don't
Well,
just
your answer to that is to blast them with either your prodigious musculature or with magic.
Pliskin, do you remember that time where we ran into that guy who his entire bottom half was blasted off and he was bleeding out on the battlefield?
Yes, and that's why I have extreme reservations about you doing anything else.
One of the tiny Heatcaster says, and I helped.
That's right, Heatcaster. Now, do you want me to help you?
no.
They think about it for a second.
So,
Uh,
I'm thinking the head.
don't know. We don't know. Maybe it's time to just sleep, and then we'll forget, and then we'll be all new.
No,
Who
no.
will be next?
Don't worry,
Yeah.
tiny heatcasters. We're going to fix you.
Can you lead us, to a central hub of some kind in the body?
Yeah, like a head or a heart.
Or both?
Or a bicep.
I don't think you want to be in the piston unless you're looking to be flat.
No.
I think
I like how Randy
Randy's always
thought about
aimed
that,
to,
though. I saw the thinking across your face.
Well, okay,
Is it-
I was just thinking like being flat isn't that bad. Like flat
it's the,
Stanley, you
it's
can
the
slip under
opposite of being
doors.
swole.
That's true. It is the opposite of being swole, so don't want that. You're right.
You
don't
do tread
want
the
that.
path of the swole, Randy.
Yeah.
Lest we forget.
It's a long
Start
path.
arguing like, well, clearly the C is the head because that's what we think. But no, we have hearts, we have a soul, and therefore the heart is important. And they start arguing about this.
Oh, wait,
amongst
hold
each
on.
other.
I separate them like a good grandmother. Why don't we go to the head and then we go to the heart? And you can lead us to both.
Wouldn't we want to go to the heart first?
Shush.
Okay.
Granny work.
Okay. And they hop to attention, much like when Heatcaster first came online, and you can remember the 2 army fellows when he first came online, and he was a little more rigid because he was still trying to figure out this whole army thing, which sucked.
Yeah. Buzz cuts.
Agreed. I was drunk for most of my service. Or fighting my superior officers.
Or Heatcaster not able to get drunk to handle all of it.
That's why he's got
And
all these little weird Heatcasters running around.
Yeah.
And they march. They march their way to the head. First, they take you along the rest of the chest. You can see that the butterflies are kind of stuck, piping in and out of this organ, of this almost like grand church organ-like structure that is clearly the bellows and piping for his bagpipes. And the butterflies are just kind of out, in, as they are fluttering around.
Can you make those go away?
If I can, I do not know how.
Okay.
I'll reach out and poke one with my staff as we go past.
One butterfly?
Yeah.
Roll initiative.
Yeah, one butterfly just sort of sticks to your staff and just hangs out with you if you continue on your way.
Sure. Like bring it over to my shoulder. Hello, buddy.
It's rusty in there. The butterfly
What?
says to you.
It talks.
It's a dream. Shit happens.
That's unusual.
Rusty in there.
Oh.
Wait, did any of us hear this, or did just she?
Yeah, you here, Riri. You just heard the butterfly. It's rusty in there.
I'll bring it up and then just stop and look at the butterfly. Very Disney princess, but surprised in a bird.
Surprise bird Disney princess.
It's rusty in there. In the bellows?
Rusty. It's rusty in there everywhere. Why is it so corroded? Why is everything falling apart? As the butterfly falls apart, like the two wings, they snap and then just fall off to the ground.
Huh.
Was it might?
What'd you say, Riri?
It's apparently rusty inside of the bagpipes, inside of everything. It's all corroded and falling apart.
Is that a euphemism for something?
No.
All right.
I can't imagine
Well,
what it would
fair
be
enough.
a euphemism for.
Little rusty in the pipes.
Go on, finish that thought.
I'm just gonna keep following the tiny casters. Oh, Randy.
You have spent an awful lot of time in brothels, Randy. I think maybe we should look at sort of addressing your peculiar peccadillos after we get out of this particular scrape we're in.
Bliskin, if I needed to see a doctor, I would have done it already. I'm 93. I'll die when I die.
Riri, your passive perception as you're moving down the hallway tells you that there's something above you.
I'm gonna very carefully glance up. I'm gonna surreptitiously glance so that whatever it is up there doesn't know that I'm looking at it.
It knows now because it was very much looking at all of you. It's a Heatcaster, but that Heatcaster, its mouth is dripping with oil. Its eyes are partially popped out. And it has, and any wires or anything that would have made up the inside of his body are acting as tentacles that are letting it crawl across the ceiling.
Oh God!
And
this just became Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you.
This just became Legend of Zelda.
So I'm gonna look. So if it saw me looking, I'm just gonna look at it and just my grip tightens on my stick.
Yeah, it looks at you with a very blank stare, and then it starts to munch the ceiling like a moth would eat clothing, and all of you now can hear the crunching, just the as it munches away.
I'm gonna choke up on my staff and just stab at it and be like, "Hey, leave that alone."
Okay, roll initiative.
Oh no!
Oh dear. That is an 8.
I got a 17.
I got a 5.
What do you have, Ray?
18.
Hmm?
18.
Okay. All right. Looks like you are going first, Ray.
Excellent. I'm going to like follow through on that stab with it and actually like make a proper two-handed quarterstaff attack.
Okay. Go ahead.
That is a 21 to hit.
Okay. 21 hits.
Yes. Ooh, max damage. 13 on that.
Okay. 13. So 13 damage. It falls to the ground. It kind of reminds you of a rust monster, the way it kind of like the way it was eating away at things, but it definitely looks like Heatcaster, and it falls to the ground and just collapses in a pile of oil and rusting parts as it looks up at you with blank eyes, and the eyes stop glowing.
I think Heatcaster is eating himself up from the inside somehow.
Did you kill it?
What was that, Riri? Did you say something?
I think so, and I'll poke at it again with my stick.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell is that?
Seems very deceased.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, is that Heatcaster?
Well, thank God I didn't waste a spell slot on mage armor.
It's true.
Right.
Riri, what did you do to him?
I'm sorry. I had nothing to do with the tentacles or the dripping oil or anything like that. It was chewing on the inside of this corridor, eating Heatcaster.
Oh, I see. And
I just-
Randy goes up to the wall and licks it.
Why?
Definitely tastes like metal. Yeah.
Delicious metal.
I
My
see-
favorite.
I see where it's coming from. This isn't half bad.
Again, we shall have to discuss your
As you look
outbursts.
the wall, could you make a fortitude save, please?
Yes.
These are problems you create for yourself, Randy.
Yes. Okay. I got a 12 plus 3, 15.
Okay. You spit out some corrosion from your mouth, and but you seem fine.
Ew.
Hey, it's some corrosion.
Maybe you shouldn't lick things inside metal bodies.
Look, we're trying to solve a problem within Heatcaster, right? So the best way to do that is to get into Heatcaster's head, and this Heatcaster was licking that Heatcaster.
I don't think that's okay.
I'm not sure if Heatcaster would like you to be licking his insides.
Oh,
I
I,
mean,
never thought
I
about
could
it
be
like
wrong,
that.
but
I didn't think about it like that.
I
Heatcaster, if you hear me, I'm so sorry.
well, I mean, if we make it to his brain, we can probably find out. But until then, I suggest we refrain from tugging Heatcaster.
Okay, I won't tug. No tugging.
Oh, gotta keep.
In any case, shall we press on?
Ahoy!
Absolutely.
Is that a humanism? I don't know that one. Does as she's walking?
Yeah. As you
Tonguing. It's very much a Yuan-Ti thing.
press on, you find yourself at the door. This door is very tall, made of brass. It has that kind of sort of a green corrosion when brass sort of turns and isn't well maintained. All over
Verdigris.
it. Yeah, the verdigris. Yes.
It's got that Statue of Liberty look.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and open it. Just door handle, push, pull.
Doors, Mabel's specialty.
You push on the door and it opens, and then the hinges break and it falls down and makes a loud wham on the ground.
I didn't know my own strength.
Clearly.
Mabel, holy smokes!
Granny, I didn't know you even lifted.
I have to keep up with you youngsters.
Let's see those guns,
Granny.
Granny. Let's see them.
They're not even.
It does like that thing in SpongeBob where it just like
Granny.
moves the opposite direction.
Inside, you are met by the pale glow of what look to be liquid screens that are attached by cords of wood. And there is a slumped humanoid form in front of all of these screens.
I'm gonna.
On these screens, you see pieces of Riri's dream, pieces of Pliskin's dream. You also see memories of fighting with Pliskin, fighting along with Pliskin and Randy Pepper, and also memories that Heatcasters may have you. But every once in a while, those memories they blink and the screen goes blank and then they turn back on.
Oh my! I'm gonna run over to the body. Is it alive or dead?
It's alive.
Oh great! I'm gonna get hurt.
It looks at you and says, "Everything's wrong. Everything's wrong, Mabel.
Oh.
Everything's wrong."
Well, maybe we can fix it. What's wrong? You say everything, but specifically, name me one thing.
I shouldn't be off. I caught the meat sleeps.
Oh.
Why? If I'm off, that means I'm ready to go, right?
No. Listen, Heatcaster, I am really old. Randy's really old. It's not your time to go. You did catch the meat sleep. Apparently, I also caught the meat sleep. But we will get you up and running again. How do we do that?
No, I've never been off. I've never been off before. How do I start something? What if I can't start again, Mabel? What if I can't?
Oh, no, honey, you'll be able to start again. Trust me, we will get that ticker starting.
Randy is going to very confidently stride on up to Heatcaster and say, "Don't worry, Heatcaster, I'll turn you on."
Why do you phrase it like that?
What?
I guess you do catch the meat sleep at a brothel. That makes sense.
You'd be lucky if that's the only thing you catch. Nevertheless,
I'm going to smack Heatcaster across the face and I'm going to be like, "Heatcaster, you have so much to live for, man. Remember all the days we spent in the war. Remember all the lives you saved. If you don't live for at least 200 more years, imagine all the lives you won't save." And I'm going to roll a persuasion check. I'm trying to cheer him up.
No.
Sure.
Terrifying.
11 plus where is it? Oh, -1 actually, so 10. That's
Yeah,
of course, your charisma's a -1.
So yeah, you made a very impassioned speech, but you didn't quite reach him, and your slap was so potent because your biceps are so strong. You actually slap his jaw off and skitters to the floor. Just kind of like a hockey puck. It does a twirl, on the floor and stops.
Ignore that.
It's his jaw.
Pliskin's gonna go pick it up.
Good.
And bring it back to him. I'm terribly sorry about that. I'm gonna try and reattach it.
Yeah, sure. Give me a Arcana roll.
Can I help him?
Or what's your passive Arcana? I got that, or no?
No, because I'm not proficient in it. But it's
True.
It would be 10 plus 2, so 12.
Yeah, you managed to attach it. Just it's hanging a little weird, but it's on there. But everything is just kind of like broken. All that housing is broken. Also, he just got the crap slapped out of his jaw by a really strong wizard. So,
Heatcaster.
Look, I'm sorry about that. It was I've done the best I can.
Oh, I have an idea. Can I try? I want to cast. I'll DM's discretion here. If I cast Burning Hands, but I took a lot of time to cast Burning Hands, could I potentially like focus it into a little beam and try to like weld the jaw back on?
Sure.
Well,
You know
jaw
what?
shut is what's gonna happen.
You know.
Oh, you set his head on fire. Shit.
Make a wisdom roll and see if you actually believe you can do that.
I have no doubt that he believes he can do that. But okay, let's see. I have 5 plus 2.
Oops. Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah, so you do light some things on fire. I mean, you believe, but not like in the way you want to. As everything heats up and the jaw does fuse back on, but now the control room is like just a little bit on fire.
Randy!
While I'm just like blasting this fire, I turn to Pluskin and I'm just like, just like that time.
Just like the time
In
you
the
set his
war.
head on, you set all those rooms on fire. Yes.
Hey, is it getting hot in here or what?
Yes, it is
there's
getting exceedingly
like a screen
hot.
turns on, and there's a memory of like a hotel burning, and Heatcaster trying to explain to the authorities that clearly it was like an army maneuver that went wrong, and the captain will totally pay for it, and trying to smooth that over.
You're a danger to
go?
society.
I could cast chromatic orb on the fire to try and put it out with a cold effect or something. I don't know.
Oh Lord! Can I just hold on before he starts casting?
I'm saying this in character. You can stop me. It's fine.
I'm just gonna take him and go now, and I'm gonna grab a blanket or like a cloak I have and put out the damn fire.
Yeah,
we should all
have our equipment, right? So we have our bedrolls and shit. So I'll help put the fire out.
Granny, your passive survival, you end up narratively just kind of blanketing the fire with this very comforting knitted blanket that kind of appeared out of nowhere.
Oh, Granny always has her knitting.
Granny always has what she needs.
Yep.
So, as you are interacting and trying to snuff out the fire, you sort of like think about needing to snuff it out, and you create this blanket that kind of just covers the room. So now the room is snuffed out and covered in this wonderfully cozy knit blanket.
You're welcome if you were cold.
Hey, Heatcaster, could you still talk?
Yeah, and he actually looks just a little better. Just kind of. Oh,
we did it.
Right.
Without a hitch.
People are important, and I can't. And stories are important. And I can't. If I turn off, I won't see any more stories.
I've got a story. I can tell you a story.
Oh, how many bleeped out words does this story require?
None. I was gonna tell a ginger story from my childhood.
Oh.
You've had a childhood?
Yeah.
Long ago.
It must have been.
90 years ago. Oh no. Okay.
What do you make of this? I'm frankly baffled.
If you are telling your story about your childhood, you can see on the screen as some of the you're talking about your prowess and your exploits, or maybe
I can tell the story. I'll tell the story.
Yeah, if you want,
I'll do
go ahead
it.
and tell the story. Yeah.
One time, when I was but a small boy, I had a pet pig named Oravoli, and my mumsy. I woke up one morning and Oravoli was gone, and my mumsy, she said, Oravoli ran away. And then we ate ham for dinner that night. That was the worst day of my life.
Why would you tell that story, Randy? We're trying to make him feel better.
He said story. That's a story.
Yeah, you said an endearing one.
Yeah, so your story about your hardships.
Well, I liked
and
the ham. Does that make it more endearing?
Your story about your hardships and your bad childhood and your fortitude and your just the way you kind of you go through life just kind of blithely, is actually somewhat helpful. As you kind of, as your athleticism and your story about yourself, sort of, you start seeing on the screen as small joints and wires start to fix themselves.
Ha! It worked! So all you haters can back off.
It worked.
Someone else tell a story. Go, go, go!
No, if
Maybe I'll
I
just
can,
Riri, I'm
rustle
looking
up
at you. I know you had some weird egg stuff happen. We saw it. We
Yes,
all
those
saw
are
it.
those eggs.
Oh, saw it. You're right.
I think our definition of weird egg stuff might be a little bit different, but sure.
I can tell my egg story. Do you want my egg story?
Nope. and I'll tell him the story of when I was in the egg and a hag tried to steal me away from my family, and my mother was able to save me in time, and I was hatched and promised that I would never be that helpless again.
Yeah, and you can see on the screen that near in Heatcaster's chest cavity, some of the cracks start to fuse and a small egg forms where his heart should be, and it pulses a bit. You also see on another screen that there are several of those other Heatcasters you saw, the ones that were eating things, now making a scramble towards the chest.
Are those things gonna eat the
I'm
heart?
going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Well, we're in the head, so
I'm still going to cast Mage Armor on myself.
Can I look out the hallway? Does it look like some of them might be coming down that hall that we were just in?
You see two that pass by you as you watch as their wires and root tentacles carry them unnaturally across the hallway.
Do I have time to cast Eldritch Blast at them?
Sure, yeah.
Sweet. I'm gonna do that thing.
Remember that time Granny killed all of the enemies in one attack?
That was not what I had expected out of that, and it was awesome.
I got
Cloud of
an
imps or whatever it was.
unnatural 20 for one of them.
Okay. Yeah, you
And
definitely hit
it
one.
did. Where is my damage? Oh, it did 7 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, you watch as the bolt bursts through its chest, and in a burst of oil and parts, it scatters to the ground.
Okay. The other one was a 21, and it did 9 points.
Yep, same thing. Just
Little shits.
I'm going to look at the screens and see how many are heading towards the egg.
several. To kind of like describe if you've seen the Matrix when all of the robots are kind of coming for the city, and they are all swarming. It's like that. Yeah.
We should probably go take care of that, right?
I believe so, yes. Onward!
Pushkin
draws his rapier and just charges.
I'm hopefully a little bit faster, so I'll jump forward and just like fly down the hall as fast as I can go.
We'll be back, Heatcaster, I promise.
Gotta go save your heart.
Yeah.
Okay, as he says, kind of in his actual voice for once.
We're back.
I'm running. I'm hobbling.
I'm running.
I'm flying. Because Riri's a tiny bit of a show off, not even gonna.
Pushkin's just doing like random
course she
commando
is.
rolls and
Okay.
little flourishes and stuff.
What we have is this is going to be a skill challenge.
All right.
Okay.
So you have several mock Heatcasters flying, kind of skittering towards his heart, and you guys are trying to make your way there. So pick a skill that you think will be appropriate to this scenario, and you will roll that skill. And you will need a certain number of successes to make your way there before there is any damage to the egg heart. And you can narratively explain how you use that skill on the way there.
Definitely acrobatics for me.
Okay.
Oh man, Granny is only good at like a few things. I guess I'm gonna intimidate them.
Ooh.
I'm going to be a scowling granny that's not happy with what's happening right now.
Scary granny.
How dare you mess with my grandson?
Can I use history to think of a favorable memory with Pliskin and Heatcaster to hopefully somehow change the terrain favorably?
Sure.
Randy's just gonna do his best to get to the heart as quick as possible. So he's gonna use athletics, and this is something my friend just recently did, so I'm kind of ripping him off, but I'm gonna use athletics to jump up onto their heads and just start like jumping from head to head, trying to get to the front.
All right, cool. So go ahead and roll your the skill you called out.
It's a dirty 20.
22.
17 plus 6, 23.
25.
These are some good rolls, people.
We win!
Yeah. So, Riri is like, she's bouncing off of the walls and flipping around and ripping apart these mock Heatcasters, while Granny is scaring them backwards into the dark recesses from which they came, and also out of the cracks into the void. There is a memory, the memory specifically where Heatcaster and Pliskin got kicked out of the army, sort of creates phantom Pliskins that rise up from the floor and just start stabbing and dueling and dragging these mock Heatcasters back.
Come on, me. Let's press on.
And you are sort of monkey bar swinging with your staffs, very Monkey King, as you are moving along and smashing them and making great leaps along to make your way to the chamber. As you find your way to the door, there is a head that whips around at you. It's a Heatcaster head. Kind of reminds you of maybe make a Arcana roll, something, if you like.
I will. I have proficiency in Arcana.
9 plus 3, 12.
Okay.
That would be a 14.
Okay. It kind of reminds you of a really cobbled together beholder.
Ooh.
Ew.
Like there are extra eye stalks that it has welded onto itself or is kind of holding in its mouth.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick and that's sick.
Yeah, I'm both with that. Yeah, I'll dive bomb it with my staff. Just like sound effects even.
Okay.
Cool.
You
do your own Foley work.
Yeah, you're dive bombing at it. Actually, your passive acrobatics is kind of confuses it actually, and it'll have disadvantage against all of you for the next round.
Yay!
Nice.
Awesome.
Okay, would I be able to get to the door? So like, is the idea that there's like the door to the heart and then they're all trying to get through the door?
Well, no, you succeeded very well at your skill challenge. There's actually, you don't encounter any of those mock Heatcasters that were rust monsters at the door, but you do find this weird, odd beholder looking thing that has the shape of his head with extra eyes that is floating in front of the door with a slight thruster on the bottom of it to make it.
I'm gonna cast Banishment. Needs to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh man, that thing he's good at.
I was gonna say.
What a charming, horrible, mechanical beholder head thing. My God, I think I'd do anything you asked.
All right, 15.
It just makes it.
Oh.
All right, yeah, half of the eyes give you a very knowing wink.
Little shit. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive bomb it and make attacks with my staff.
Actually, let me roll that again because I had disadvantage. Oh,
It had
that was
disadvantage.
actually better. Yeah, that was better actually.
Shit.
Sorry, man.
Are we combating right now, or should we be?
It's kind of freeform. You are trying to get past it to the door.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
can I do something before you, real quick, Riri, to help us both out?
Go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna. So can I do like bonus action like a normal turn, or
Sure.
just like kind of one
are,
thing?
As long as you are using if you're using a spell, make sure you're using a cantrip in a spell. You know, if you are doing that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna use bonus action to misty step myself behind the beholder.
Okay,
So that
you
way
are-
Riri will have advantage.
Do we use flanking rolls?
Do we use flanking rolls?
You may.
Nice.
Excellent. Thank you.
And then I'm going to use my action to cast Shadow Blade. So puts his hands together, pulls them apart. Now he's got a sweet, sick sword in his hand. And then I'm gonna action surge it with my fighter skills to take a swing at its back.
Nice.
Garundu, your passive investigation, you can see that there is a dark tendril that is that is inside and animating this head that is coming from the outside.
I don't think this is motivated by itself. See that tendril connecting it to the outside. I think we should attack that.
Can I aim for the tendril?
Yes, you may.
All right, I'm gonna aim for the tendril.
Yeah.
So let's roll. 15 plus something. 3,
Plus stuff.
18.
Okay. You aim for the tendril. You hit.
I hit.
Yes.
I hit?
You hit.
Okay.
You hit.
So I do 3d8 of psychic damage. Maybe this won't do anything. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
22. Wow, 22. 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
Psychic damage in a
actually,
dream too.
It actually
The
seems
worst
very
kind.
favorable to the psychic
Hey.
damage, as you hear a and the tendril pulls backwards and back outside of this crack that was in Heatcaster's chest, and the head drops, lifeless on the ground.
Hey, I did it.
Yeah, you did. Good job.
I'm gonna look up and see if there's anything that it's that the tendril might be rejoining on the outside, or if it's just like the void.
Your passive perception shows you that the outside of the void is actually also has Heatcaster's face, but it looks very intimidating and mean and has no good intent for this body.
I'm gonna point up at it and be like, do you guys see that?
Fireball.
I wish I didn't, but yes, I do see that.
That's the biggest one yet.
Come on, Heatcaster, we're all friends here. There's no need to be quite so
Angry?
ornery.
Yeah. And as you're yelling about it, and the door opens, and you see the egg inside. The egg heart, as it is connected to a lot of different systems, and it is pulsing and pumping. But you can tell that things are still not working quite right.
Could I do an investigation check to try to find like any wires that like, are particularly still unhooked or something along those lines?
Sure. Yeah. You do actually. Okay. Yeah. So you make an investigation check.
Nice. 15 plus 3, 18.
Okay, 18. All right, with an 18, you do see some wires. And as you're looking at them, one of them wraps around you and connects to your arm.
Uh-oh.
And as that happens, you watch as the arm, you can actually not watch, but you feel the arm repair itself, and you also can feel the arm moving in time with your arm.
Wait, what?
You-
Wait,
like,
what
the
arm is
outside,
moving?
Heatcaster's arm outside the giant body is moving in time now. With
Oh, hell yeah! I punch it in the face! I'm Pacific Rimming this?
Yes.
All right, go ahead. Make an attack roll.
Yay! 3. Well,
right,
3 plus 6, so 9.
All right, and your passive. I'm adding your passive athletics as you are Pacific Rimming this. As you make your attack, and you do the arm, like the sickle, kind of extends from his arm and rips at the darkness outside.
Hell yeah! Does he have fingers, or does he have a sickle hand?
Well, he has fingers, but the sickle kind of like, it pops out and then like extends down so he can rake with it.
Oh, sick. Okay, I just want to make sure that I can bring the hand down to where everyone can see it and do a peace sign.
Neat. I'm gonna fly into the control room and actually like stand guard over the egg, like stand straddling it if it's small enough that I can stand over it and just like protect it from any more of those things coming in.
Yeah, as you are standing your guard, you also feel your feet, they sink into the floor a little bit, and you actually can feel Heatcaster's feet kind of connected to yours.
No shit. What?
Like, ooh.
Oh, it's like Power Rangers.
It is.
Plisky, get in here, grab a wire.
I want a piece of
Randy
this.
Mabel, come on, you too.
Okay, so I'm gonna run over and try and grab some wires too.
I hope you're ready to have a little bit of Pliskin inside you, Heatcaster.
Wink.
Wait,
Wink.
if I have one arm and Riri has both legs, one of you is getting the other arm. I don't know what the other one's getting.
The head, so we can turn and face that.
Oh, okay.
Or the barred weapons.
Pliskin might need
Groin.
to get to the other hand.
I walked right into that.
That's the
one.
bard's weapon, right?
Just face planted right into that one. I love you,
Oh
Jordan.
my.
Give me control of the hips. It's what I want. So,
I'm gonna use Heatcaster's legs to like stand up and like face off with this thing. I can get a general sense for where it is because of where we are in it. So I'll use it to stand up and like turn in that direction.
Yeah, so you actually he was lying limp in the void like a broken like marionette, and it does very, very awkwardly stand up with just its legs and hips. As it's as one arm is working, and it's like its torso is still sort of like kind of limp looking as it's like kind of tilted backwards, and the head's lolling, and the other arm is also limp, but it is now standing.
Get in here.
Hey.
Get some wires.
I'm grabbing wires.
hook yourself up into Heatcaster. It's of vital importance.
It's only slightly weird.
Fine.
It's all a dream.
It's fine.
Makes you feel any better.
I've had weirder dreams.
I know. You talk in your sleep.
Those whiskey
What?
dreams.
Those whiskey dreams.
Those long nights around the campfire. Quite revealing.
That's very
Quite
rude.
horrifying,
Well,
frankly.
All right, yeah. So as you find ways to hook yourselves in, Pliskin, you can see and operate the arm and all, and Mabel Jean, you can actually kind of feel all of the the bagpipes and his horn of blasting coming online and things like that as he actually stands up and no longer looks like limp, like he's actually has some motive force behind his actual movements.
Hell yes.
Hard weapons, like I said.
okay.
Okay, since Heatcaster is a fellow magician such as I, would it maybe be too much of a stretch to say that I could cast my Shadow Blade again into Pliskin, the hand that Pliskin is controlling?
Yeah, sure. You activate your Shadow Blade, and Pliskin, you can feel it form into the shape of your cutlass. as it extends outwards in the void that you're in.
I cast Blade Ward as a cantrip, and then because I took War Magic of Strike with the Shadow Blade.
Cool. As you activate Blade Ward, it becomes a shimmering shield that covers the entirety of the body as you rocket forwards into the void, with Riri being able to keep you steady on your target.
Yes.
Yes, friends.
Can I? I don't know. Can I cast a fireball from my wand through his
Sure.
bagpipes? Yes.
Sure, if you would like to, yes.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. Also, you can spend key points for like little spinning kicks if you'd like, Riri, on the way by.
I was going to say, unarmed attack does not specify
Excuse me.
fists. I can kick.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
headbutt or wrestle, or basically whatever you
Yeah,
like.
you know, whatever you like to do, just kind of, if you want a spinning bird kick your way, past this creature as the darkness forms a rotting hulk of a Heatcaster, and all it says is, "It's over. It's over. We must forget. We are off now."
No, we are turning you on, Heatcaster.
I need a dexterity saving throw from him.
Sure. The darkness will certainly make a dexterity saving throw and fail spectacularly with a 1.
Yes!
That's 36 points of damage.
Yeah, so that damage is intensified as you are flying along the void. The bagpipes are burning and letting loose this cacophonous roar as flames burn the enemy.
Holy shit.
Yes.
And I'll make a unarmed strike, so because I don't have access to my staff, but I can kick twice. So like have it rear up and do 2 side kicks.
Sure. Yeah.
16 to hit.
Yep, 16 to hit. Yeah, you get some of that big O piston pumping action as you can feel the hydraulics like kick back and then push the leg forward. Now, as you kick the void caster in the face.
and then I make a second attack, which was a nat 20.
All right
yeah.
then. So 8, 13, math, 16, 21 points of damage on that.
Math Crusaders.
All right, and Pliskin, what do you got with that Shadow Blade over there?
I was actually going to cast Find Familiar and see what effect that has as a giant mech, as summoning a giant mech familiar.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you actually his vial actually kind of sitting there in the dark. You couldn't see it before. It rises up out of the dark and turns into the small dog-like creature that follows him around.
Whoa.
Yes.
And starts biting and sonic screaming at the enemy.
Cool. I think I can action surge and cast it again to summon Pliskin's familiar, or a representation of his familiar, which is a big poisonous snake.
This is insane.
I
So we've
love
got
this.
who summoned the mech squad.
This is Pacific.
We've got to form a Megazord. Holy
Pacific
shit!
Rim meets Power Rangers
meets
like
Voltron.
Voltron meets like Transformers. We're everywhere. We're everything.
So out, you summon your second familiar, and a brass clockwork snake rises out of the darkness and looms behind you, ready to strike.
I get by with a little help from my friends.
It's wonderful.
Oh my.
The power of heart.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So
So it
I
is.
guess
So
we'll coordinate some attacks.
yeah. So right now you're kind of in this kind of like free for all, narratively coordinate with each other how you're attacking, since you are each controlling a part of the whole.
Mm-hmm.
Could I bonus action Misty Step once more to get us behind it?
Yeah, sure, you can do that. Yeah.
Sweet, we teleport. We're a teleporting mech.
Nice.
Yep.
After he
Yep,
teleports.
Well, as soon as we're on the other side.
Yeah, the blazing bagpipe, Heatcaster just kind of steps into it. Actually, it cuts into the void, steps through, and then pops out on the other side. The bagpipe's still on fire.
And then I'm gonna slice it in with my scythe that I've got.
Okay.
I got a 5. Plus 3 equals 8.
Plus your passive athletics is a.
Oh, plus my passive athletics or just plus my athletics?
Your passive athletics.
Oh, geez, I don't know, like 20 something.
There you go. Yeah, you hit.
Woohoo! I don't know what I would roll for the damage on that.
Well, you would any weapon you would have, and then there's some damage assigned based on the fact that you're piloting a mech right now. But,
We said it was a scythe, right? Which
yeah,
I think
it's a
would be like a
sickle
D6 or a D8 usually. I don't know which.
it's typically do 2d4, but
2d4?
we will. Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll the 2d4. I got 5.
Ooh.
Cool. 5. But so you, as you slice a bit of the void, this Voidcaster falls off and falls limp and disintegrates. As it no longer has an arm, as it is trying to loom and come at you, still just yelling about how we need to forget. We need to go.
Well, you're gonna be forgetting about your arm, because I just cut it off.
I'm gonna cast Fireball again.
I love the idea of this set of bagpipes just shooting fireballs out of its things. What are those called? It's bagpipe cannons.
Yes.
Yeah, you are going to. Okay, the darkness does not like fireball, which makes sense. As you burn away strips and pieces of it, as it starts to try and fall back, and you just no.
You're really good at making those noises.
Very good at it. That was 43 points of damage in case you need to keep track.
Granny!
Warlocks, man.
Very current. Do what you got.
Yeah, as soon as
Pliskin?
because I've been the very steady balance to make sure that everyone has the room to do it. I'm gonna glance around, make sure that they're good, then jump up and do a spin kick, kicking twice at this thing.
Okay.
Ooh.
21 to hit, and a 16 to hit.
Okay, yeah. You hit twice, and there's a brief moment where you actually. It seems like that there's like a shadowy overlay of your clawed foot, kind of superimposed over his foot as it rakes across and leaves deep glowing grooves in the void.
Neat. And that is 18 points of damage on that. And I'll spend a key point to do Flurry of Blows.
Yes.
Yep.
God, Riri's so cool.
Riri's really fun. I'm really glad I made her like this. So that is a 26 to hit.
Okay.
And a 13 to hit.
Okay, you hit twice.
Neat. So that is 6, 9, 15. 15 additional points of damage, and I'll spend another key point to make one of those a stunning strike.
Okay. Yeah, and as you are all kind of moving around, the skills that you're putting into this, you can kind of you're getting bursts of memories in your mind of like all of the stories that made you who you are, and also that made up the skills that you have now.
I love that.
Do too. That's great.
Oops, no. Move that window, I didn't want to.
That's all of my stuff, if anyone was curious.
Yeah,
Pliskin, hit him with the sword. It's psychic.
When Pliskin here, he's got the sword. He's got the heat.
He's got two friends.
I'll take that course of action. Why not? So that is a 17 plus 7, a 24, and an 18.
Okay, yeah, you also hit with adding your passive relevant ability that I've asked you all for at the start of the game.
And that does 3d8 of psychic damage.
3d8. Okay. What, each per attack?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Wow.
5, 8, 15, 2, 17, 21, 25 total.
All right, it is especially vulnerable to psychic damage. So as you cleave deep purple gouges through this thing, it finally starts to crumble. And as it crumbles, Heatcaster's body is knitting and welding itself back to a more pristine state. And as that's happening, the void just kind of forgetting.
You're forgetting how to win, pal.
Oh, Randy.
And you are standing there, and the void breaks, and it is just a room, because Heatcaster really still doesn't know what to do when he's off. But he's on, but he's off, and he doesn't know what to do with that. So you're in a room inside of this gigantic mecha body.
Yeah.
And you are watching as your efforts and your memories are actually kind of flowing from you. If you want to narratively describe some of your memories, just like from yourselves or ones you can say you've had with Heatcaster, as they've just kind of flow through and wipe away corrosion and fix broken pipes and mend wires and fix cracks.
I remember the time that me and Heatcaster went out into the woods and I cast Burning Hands into one of his bagpipe holes, and he just shot fire out of all of his bagpipe holes, lighting the forest on fire and burning it down as we both laughed like children, having a great time.
Stay away from my bagpipe holes, laddie.
I remember just dancing and flying through a horde of enemies with Heatcaster's bagpipes, setting the rhythm for my movement, for my dance, almost as I clear out a huge pack of enemies, bolstered by his strength and his inspiration.
Pliskin has a lot of very similar, very blurry memories of touring with Heatcaster after they all left the military, and basically having to deal with unruly customers who are unwilling to show Heatcaster the proper respect or pay. So it's a lot of fights, a lot of heavy drinking, a lot of music.
Granny remembers knitting things around a campfire as Heatcaster played his bagpipes, even though she kind of hated the bagpipes.
He just looks so annoyed in the corner.
And those memories become a tapestry on the walls of this very blank room, as they, kind of like a watercolor painting, flowing from one to the next.
Aww.
And then they fade. The walls fade, and those memories kind of fly outward and make this sort of bubble. And you can hear, oh, I can wake up. Oh, why do they sleep like this? This is the worst.
Oh no.
It's usually, I have to say, as a result of drinking rather too heavily. That's usually why I sleep.
Fair.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that is what I put together. I didn't want to go over time, but I did want to do some peek behind the curtain and kind of like, talk shop,
No, that's
yeah,
fun.
so
I can't believe we just like manned a mecha Heatcaster. What?
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That's the sickest
yeah.
thing I have ever done in D&D.
Well, and I love this because I mean, Heatcaster is a bard, so of course stories and memories are going to be part of what beats back the depression and the feeling of, not belonging anymore. And I love that. That is so cool.
This is like the tightest thematic episode of this we're ever gonna have.
It really is.
I really enjoy the psychological deep dive and the symbolism and stuff. Very, very fun.
Thank you. Yeah. So I just really wanted to focus, when I was thinking about this, I really wanted to focus on like, stories and like also kind of building more character connections between each other and between Heatcaster. And I asked for your passive abilities. So beforehand, I asked the players for not just their passive perception, investigation, other sorts of things, but like, your passive like intimidation, passive arcana, things like that, because those things make up who these characters are. And those things help, to reformat and refortify this, not only themselves, but also, Heatcaster, as he is unsure about his own place in being turned off or being, non-functioning, as it were.
That's
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
clever.
Yeah, it was so cool.
Yeah, I wish I'd have thought of mech suits.
Well, and that's
I'll
the
know
thing.
for next time. This is how to win you people around. You go. None of this childhood trauma business. We'll have mech suits, please.
Well, but that's something that I really loved about the 3 episodes that we've done so far is that each of them are a different kind of a dream and very unique to
Very
each
distinct,
of us.
yeah.
Very
Definitely.
unique to each of us and how we tell stories. Because, I mean, of course, each of us are storytellers in our own rights.
Yeah.
So we all have very different ways of handling story. So I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have definitely enjoyed what everybody's brought to the table so far, and I wanted to bring something that was unique. And like Mech, he's a Warforged giant robot.
Oh, I
It
love
was
it.
sick.
It was
Yeah, it
so
was sick.
cool.
Kind of writes itself. It's perfect.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to watch like
Great
robot
1+1.
jokes or something after this now.
I'm just glad I don't have to follow that. What do you two suckers have to?
yeah, you're right.
No, that's the
You're
thing.
right. You're right.
Shall we roll for it?
Yeah.
You and me.
Highest.
Highest gets it.
Yeah.
All right. I got a 2.
7. So it's gonna be me.
Excellent.
I'm gonna be last.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, you're gonna be last right
Yikes.
before we go fight the big boss.
Yeah, you are.
Oh boy.
Okay, yeah. So I guess I'll just start with the plugging of stuff. So hey, I'm Ernest. I'm on Twitter as Hollow Invective. I was the dungeon master for this episode of Dungeons and Dreamers. I saw in the chat there was some clamor about maybe I should start my own thing. I do have a channel. It's not up and running yet, but I am working on some stuff. I have 2 things in the works. One is a campaign world that I've been writing for a long time. It's going through a major revision. It's kind of post-apocalypse, so kind of think God, I can't think of the like Canticle for Leibowitz, that sort of thing. The rebuilding of a society well after the apocalypse is come and gone, and that will be set on a alternate history Earth. So that'll be potentially running soon, and I'm also looking into running a very low magic D&D kind of based in the world of Ellen Kushner and Delia Sherman's Swords Point.
That sounds cool.
So that's also on the table. So those are 2 things that I'm kind of like brewing around and kind of like kicking around in my head, and I hope to get out to people soon.
That's exciting.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I
Well-
want a new setting to play in.
From being
Yes.
from having a first experience of you running a game today, Ernest, I will safely say I speak for everybody when we say we really look forward to seeing everything else.
Yeah.
As somebody who might be playing in one of those things, I'm definitely looking forward to some more. Yeah.
Oh, that's so exciting.
It is. It really is.
Why don't you go ahead and...
Since I'm already talking, yeah why not? I'm Gerundu. You can find me all over the bloody Majestic Goose Network. I'm Silas Lancaster in Roll for Weird. I'm one half of the hosting team of Dice Talk with Jeremy, who is also Young Master Shadow in Roll for Weird.
Has Dice Talk started yet?
Yeah, we've got 4 episodes in the can, which means we're going to start publishing soon, but I don't know exactly when. But
Looking forward to it.
Stay tuned to Twitter and the Discord to find out exactly when. Also, got the rest of this to do, so you'll see you won't be getting rid of me on Monday nights for the next couple of weeks at least. And then starting this Saturday or Sunday,
I believe it's
Gamala Pendergrass is gonna ride to the Wild West again.
I am so excited for this. I can't
Shitty Cowboys, which is Twitch debut.
Oh my gosh.
I think that for now is everything that I'm in.
For now.
Awesome. Sullivan, why don't you go? Oh no, I'm running this. Sullivan, you go ahead.
All right.
Okay, I'm Sullivan Harris. You can find me at Sullivan J. Harris on Twitter. I am also the DM on the Dungeons and Dragons podcast, Ravnik Avengers. Right now, we are doing a season about a bunch of adventurers trying to find 6 pieces of a sorceress's split soul in the city of Ravnica, the setting from Magic the Gathering. It also takes place in the 80s. They've time traveled to the 80s, so it's got like a whole retro vibe to it. It's a lot of fun. It's a good time. So please check that out. If you enjoy Randy Pepper, you'll probably enjoy the kind of stuff we get into over there. So.
I've enjoyed what I've heard of it.
Oh yeah.
A lot. So yeah.
Have you
I'd strongly
listened?
recommend it. I have, yeah.
We got one more listener, baby.
Your enthusiasm, Sullivan, just makes my heart
it's so good,
happy.
man.
So much fun.
I had to make sure you were up to snuff. Yeah. And we weren't disappointed. I was not disappointed. It's a very, very good podcast.
What an honor.
Man, they let me DM this stuff sight unseen, y'all. I haven't streamed it all before this, really.
It's okay. It's okay. Tiana.
Hi, I'm Tiana on Twitter. I am Vanna1895. Goodness, I'm not as much all over the Majestic Goose Network as Gerundu is, but I make my appearances here and there. I am Misty on Roll for Weird, the spell slinger who just got.
Part timer.
Hey, you know what? I'm full time on my other channel, man. I can jobs here. Oh, I love you. Anyway, yes, I am Misty on Roll for Weird with some of these majestic imbeciles. Gerundu plays my great grandfather, Silas, and it's great fun. And of course, Dragonbait takes us through some just phenomenal stories. I'm looking forward to the next one. Over on my normal channel, which is Quests and Chaos, that's twitch.tv/Quests and Chaos. We play Dungeons and Dragons. We play Call of Cthulhu. There's a bunch of board game stuff up there. We played through seasons 1 and 2 of Pandemic, which seems oddly relevant at the moment.
Horrifying, so.
Painfully so, indeed. We're playing Rick and Morty Dungeons and Dragons in about 3.5 hours, 2.5 hours.
Jealous.
3.5 hours.
I have that, but haven't played it yet. So
so our DM Aaron has done a phenomenal job of turning it from just a dungeon crawl into an adventure, a mini module. Which
That's awesome.
He's done a really great job with it. I've been having a lot of fun. We've been having some of the Rick and Morty gags that have been going on with our own special Quests and Chaos twists, because we are chaotic. It's in the name. It's right there.
Yep. And I guess I'm last. My name is Dragonbait. You could find me all over the place. I am on Roll for Weird as the keeper and the storyteller for our lovely companions. I am in 20-Sided Adventures as Princess Nora. I am also in oh wait, those are my 2 shows. I'm in this. You can find me here. I'll be DMing next time. I hope you guys are ready.
There you go.
And yeah, I'm all over every Discord that you could possibly think of.
Everyone?
Everyone.
Are you in my Discord?
No, I'm not yet, but one day.
Almost everyone except yours.
Send us invitations to Discord.
Except for Sullivan's.
I know I have a Discord. Wait, do I have a Discord? I'm not really 100% sure how Discord works, if I'm being honest.
Okay, well, yeah, you can find
It's
us
an
all.
elaborate double bluff the whole time.
If I find out I have one, I will send invites to all of you.
Okay.
There you go.
Alrighty, I think that is it for all of us. Everybody have a good night. Thank you again, Ernest, for running this adventure.
Thank
It was
you.
great.
Amazing
great
job,
time.
dude. Seriously, this was
We had
great.
so much
We
fun.
love you.